Well, welcome back to the Mayor's Forum. With us we have Deborah Packard from Preservation Worcester. And Deb, it's been a great interview so far. And before we went to break, we discussed a little about the Hanover Theater and what your thoughts on the Hanover Theater are and how you participated or what you think of that project.
Well, I think it's just been a fantastic win for the city to have the Hanover Theater renovated, and it started with a vision, and then the theater was donated to Ed Medaus and Paul DeMoga, and we've been involved. A lot of that was done before my tenure at Preservation Worcester, so by my predecessor, but we have nominated the Hanover Theater for a number of awards, and last year they were one of 10 projects nationwide to receive an award from the National Trust for Historic Preservation. And we went out to Texas to receive that. I was a co-recipient, Preservation Worcester, but there were about 10 of us from Massachusetts that went out to Texas to get this award for that project, which is really fantastic.
It's a very successful project here in the city of Worcester.
And the restaurants have benefited from it. Everybody, I think, benefits from it, and it's wonderful.
Let's talk about some of the other programs you do here in the city. You have tours of the historic district or older homes in the city of Worcester. I think that's either once or twice a year, and maybe just go into that a little bit.
Okay, we do, as a fundraiser, have our tour of gracious homes. This year we're going to have a holiday stroll, so it will be around the holiday season, and people will get to go into homes where we will group them together on a street and see how the homes are decorated for the holidays, so that will be really fun. We have walking tours, we have neighborhood tours. On January 25th, we're going to have a program at the Hanover Theater, which is going to be a program about the theaters in Worcester, and it's open to the public. If they would like to come to that, they can access information on our website. We have a lot of school programs. One of our our third grade program involves a field trip, and part of it is to City Hall. So you'll probably be
I think I participated in the
past. I'm sure you have. That's a wonderful program. We also have a green initiative because we find that preservation can be green, and we're especially interested in preserving wood windows. We have a grant to go out and give workshops to people to teach them how to repair and preserve their wood windows.
Oh, great. Now, you did mention that the tour is a fundraiser for the Preservation Worcester.
Right.
It's important people understand you're a nonprofit organization.
Yes, we
are.
are.
You do look for donations and people to participate and help you. And I know you have this other endeavor you're doing with the playing cards. Maybe
That's right.
Maybe you go into that a little bit.
Yes, right before the holidays, we produced a deck. It's called Worcester's Best. It's their standard playing cards. Each card has a picture of a different historic building across the city. And they were really popular. We sold almost 600 decks in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, they were great. I'll give you a deck, and so if people are interested in it, it makes a good hostess gift. Or
can you go on your website?
Yes, go to our website, and we have other items for sale as well. But this is our newest and best, I guess, fundraiser.
Oh, great. On the closing minutes here, let's go back to the clock tower. I think that's your most important project now, and the one that you're really advocating for. So any more thoughts on that you want to tell people how they can participate, and again, and why it's so important to the city?
Well, I think it's one of those signature buildings in the city that almost everybody has some sort of connection with, and it's so highly visible that we think it would be really a shame for it to disappear. And our legacy of being pioneers in the treatment of the mentally ill. So I would love people to come on our website and join our Facebook page, sign our I-petition, contact their legislators, send a letter to the editor. There have been lots of letters to the editor recently. We had little support from the state all along, and I think people raising their voices and joining in with us has really made a difference. So
it does. People showing up makes a difference.
It does.
And, so it's an important project. When that state hospital opens up, I think it's later this year.
Right.
And just people driving up be able to see the historic clock tower. I think
That's
it's going to have
right.
a good effect, and still be able to see it from a distance.
And one of our hopes is, and Dr. Lennon Morse has been working with us on this, and he said it would be really great if it were illuminated. So that's one of our hopes, is to have it illuminated. So at night,
Yeah.
when you're driving home from a weekend away or something, you'll see it in the distance.
That'd be great. That'd
And
be
know you're
wonderful.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful, and important project here in the city, and hopefully it'll be very successful for you. And again, you can go to the website,
Right.
www.preservationworcester.org.
Yes.
And people, it explains exactly how you can help and participate in that project and other projects that you have that's going on here in the city.
Right.
Because I don't think people realize that if you don't have people like you saving those historical sites, you could lose them all and have nothing at the end of the day.
You could, and we've lost a lot of them, and once they're gone forever, and then sometimes the memory fades as well as what they represented.
And I know you didn't work for Preservation Worcester when Mechanics Hall was done, but how was that building when we were trying to preserve it for future use back in the 60s?
It was in disrepair, and I can't vouch for how. I've only heard stories, but I know they would have roller derbies in it, and
the boxing fights years ago.
boxing
Yeah.
fights, and it was in disrepair, and people thought that its time had come and passed, and what a beautiful treasure
And you're going
it
to tear it
is.
down probably, or get
Right.
rid of it. And because people like you spoke up and said, no, we have to preserve that building. It's probably the most beautiful building in the state. And,
Right, it's just beautiful.
It's gorgeous in there.
And you know, there was really a pride in craftsmanship in a lot of our buildings, and a pride of place, and that's what we think buildings provide for citizens of Worcester, and they're for everybody.
Well, Deb, thank you for being my first guest here in the Mayor's Forum. I really appreciate you coming.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Future success, and hopefully maybe we'll have you back once we have that clock tower preserved.
Thank you.
And with that, this has been the Mayor's Forum. I'm Joe Petty, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.